Hiya, today I'm going to show you this makeup look from scratch, and these kinds of maroon colours are perfect for making green eyes really piercing. So Cecilia, this one is for you. And also everything I've used is from female founders today, so it's a little nod to International Women's Day tomorrow, some of my favourite brands and stories, so I hope you enjoy. Just a quick reminder, everything that I use in this video is going to be listed in the caption. So if you're on Instagram, click to make the video full screen. The title will come up at the top. And if you click the arrow, you'll find a full list of everything I've used. I'm going to start with the IT Cosmetics Oil-Free Matte CC Cream. This is a lovely kind of velvety finish, and I've been wearing this a lot for if you're on Zoom or things like that all day and you're not going to have time to touch up your makeup. The fact that it's matte just means that you don't really have to mess around with it too much. Now, the founder of IT Cosmetics, Jamie Kern-Lima, she's absolutely lovely, lovely lady. She's actually just written a book, and it's her kind of story, her entrepreneurial journey. I've ordered it, but it's not coming until like a couple of weeks, I think, in the UK, but you can get it in the US. But honestly, like, Jamie's story is just unbelievable. I think things that we take for granted now, like it's really normal to see a before and after photo. When Jamie had founded IT Cosmetics, these kinds of things just weren't happening, and she really paved the way for lots of really positive changes. She's generally just a really lovely lady. I really love that she will always share exactly how she's done things. She's the first person to say that, like, we're always looking at a highlight reel, and that there are loads of like hiccups along the way if you're trying to pursue something and achieve it, and like not to be disheartened by them, just to carry on. But something she wrote recently as well, which I thought was so good, like, obviously online you wouldn't know where to look. There's so many people teaching you things, putting up positive quotes, all of this stuff. And she said, if you're wondering like who to look at and who to surround yourself with, follow the person that's done the thing that you want to do, not the person that's really good at talking about it. And I think that is so true. Like, just rather than taking in any information from someone that's just giving you an unfounded opinion, the best person to be keeping an eye on is someone, let's just say, for example, like Jamie, who she's working hard all day, every day, and she's sharing tips and motivation based on actions that she's done. But I just wanted to really call her out on the book because she's brilliant. And we were just on a Zoom with her this week, a group of us, and she was telling us a few bits of the story, what's going to be in there. But I have spent a lot of time with Jamie, and I just think she's really fab. So definitely one to follow, and definitely going to be a great book. Now, while I'm still on my IT Cosmetics chat, I'm going to go through and do my eyebrows. This is the Brow Power Full I'm going to go in with. Actually, speaking of Jamie, the reason why she made this, she used to be a news anchor, and she said that one day she was on air and just kind of like wiped her face just in the moment. Eyebrow completely came off. She was mortified, but she wasn't in a position to come off and fix it. And she just said, like, in that moment, she knew she wanted to make a solution that wouldn't leave you mortified like she was then. So actually, all of this kind of stuff is the things that she's, I mean, she talks about it a lot on social media. She's putting it into the book, but she's got some really, really great stories, and she's always happy to share like the inspiration behind everything. I've got my brows on. I am going to put a tiny touch of setting powder. Even though this is the matte version of the CC cream, I just like, because it's a creamy texture, to put a tiny little bit of powder on. And then now I'm going to go in, this is really lovely actually. Ciate, another female founded brand, have come up with this palette for International Women's Day, and it's really lovely. So it says, I'm a woman, what's your superpower? Lovely. But then when you open it, I'm trying to find this in a way that you're not going to see, like, my setup is literally a Merry Christmas box, and there's a mirror on this, but basically all of the shades are named after like lovely inspirational women through time. And I just thought when it came through, I'm going to go in and use going to start with a bit of Bessie Coleman. When it came through, I thought, do you know what? Whether you were using it yourself and like having this little trip down memory lane of the women, or if you wanted something kind of age appropriate for maybe like a teenage daughter or something like that, I just think it's a really lovely talking point. You know, you could be going doing your makeup, you could both use it, and then just have that little chat of who are each of these women and what did they do. And then in the bottom right hand corner, the inspirational woman's name is you. I thought it was really lovely. So Bessie Coleman is going through the lids here. And while I'm doing my makeup, actually, because I'll be doing my eyes for a little while, another thing that this feels like a good time to mention, I was on a Zoom this week with Bodyform, as in like the sanitary products Bodyform, and they've made this thing that it's called the Pain Museum. And basically it's a free website that you can go on, have a little look at the resources. But they've spoken to lots of different women about their experiences with endometriosis, period pain, those kinds of things. Hang on a minute, I'm going in with Ruth Bader Ginsburg now. And basically on the website, the whole aim of it is if you've been to the doctor and you don't feel you've been listened to or you've got adequate help with anything period related or endometriosis or anything in that general vicinity, what they want you to do is go on and have a look at this website, because the aim is that you'll kind of pick up the best language to use to describe exactly what you're going through, so that in turn helps you to have that conversation with your doctor. And I thought, do you know what, like on a completely trivial level, right? I can never explain to my hairdresser what I want. I have to show him a photo. And actually, when it comes to things like your health, it's the same kind of thing. Like, how do you explain a pain properly? But potentially, if you have seen an example of it being explained in a way that resonates with you, that could be the way. So just have a look. I'll put a link to it in the description here, but I thought it was a really good resource to share with you in case you're wondering how to articulate yourself and get the help that you might need. Now, I'm going to finish buffing these out, and I'm also going to match this up and add the same colours underneath the eye. Now, to make that even more plummy, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Peaches and Cream liner in War Paint. And then, as much as I love the idea of leaving that matte, Kate from Peaches has started doing TikToks this week, and obviously Peaches and Cream is going to be one of my all-time fave female-founded brands. Kate and Nicolette are incredible. But Kate used a bit of Fangulous this week, and I used it in a little reels, so I just want to show you, let me get a nice flat brush, how this can transform this eyeshadow. So it's like a maroony colour, but when it catches the light, it brings a little pop of teal. And it will completely glitter up this lovely makeup. Now I've just used that dry, gently on a brush to give it a nice little hint of glitter, but you can also mix it with pigment drops or anything to kind of make more of a paste and get a bit more of a dense wash of colour. Now, Catherine, you had asked me this week if I could show you Tightline Mascara. So that's what I'm going to go in with today. I usually go in with the IT Cosmetics Superhero. That's my favourite one. But Tightline is the tiniest little wand you'll ever see. It's a really lovely mascara. This is great for if you want to really catch every single lash, especially little finer lashes. And essentially, it's a 3-in-1 primer, mascara and liner. And I say liner because the brush is so small that you can tickle it right into that upper lash line and print on it. So I've just made a bit of a spill there, let me tidy that. It gives the illusion of having applied eyeliner up there, but it's especially great if you're a bit ticklish doing your liner. Now, because the Tightline is so soft and wispy, it's really nice if you've got a bright shadow on and you want to show off the colour, because you can really see the lids. Whereas if I had something really volumising or maybe lashes, it kind of dilutes the impact of the glitter. So it's always nice to go a bit softer if you want to show it off. Now, next, female founded brand. I know I've just used the glitter, but while I'm doing my blush and bronze, I'm going to talk to you about Peaches and Cream. And Georgia, you had asked me this week, rather than going really high with blush and bronze and things like that, to put them slightly lower. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, I think I've already used this brush actually. This is the Peaches PC15, and gently work in some of the cream bronze through the cheeks and what have you. Now, where would I begin about Peaches and Cream? If you are kind of new and I haven't mentioned this to you before, I actually learned makeup at Peaches and Cream. Kate and Nicola taught me everything from scratch because I went to uni in Liverpool, and it was literally like, well, it still feels like my home away from home, to be honest, but it was definitely a home away from home for me at that time. And actually today is the 10-year anniversary of an auntie I was very close to, and she died like days after I'd started my job at Peaches. And they honestly were just such a family to me, especially when I was away from home and going through this huge grief. But one of the things actually I'd meant to say in this video, so it's worked out that I've brought that up, is if you're struggling with a grief at the moment, if someone has passed away, or even, you know, there's lots of things you can grieve, can't you? There's people that come in and out of your life, whether they've passed away or not. There is a podcast that I love called The Grief Cast. It's by Carrie Lloyd, and going in with my blush, by the way. It's just a really lovely listen if you just need to feel like someone understands what you're going through. And obviously, gosh, this year people have gone through absolute hell and back. And if it's a really, I cannot tell you how nice it is. There's not a lot someone can say to you when you're grieving, really, is there? But just to hear from someone that maybe understands a little bit of what you're going through can be really powerful. So have a little listen to that if you just want to kind of feel that someone understands. Okay, I need to speed things up. I'm going in with my Doll Beauty highlighter. This is Pretty Little Glow. Sam and Danny that founded Doll Beauty are the loveliest girls, and I honestly think it's just incredible what they've made. The products are brilliant. I can't recommend them enough. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to brush through that brow because I've got half of my highlighter in it. Years ago, when I worked at Selfridges, I met Danny on the shop floor. She'd come in to do some regional training for the Steeler girls, and we knew the Peaches girls, both of us, so we instantly got chatting, and she was telling me, oh, you know, me and Sam are thinking of setting up this brand, and she was just telling me, I really vividly remember this kind of vision that she had, and look what they've made now. Anyway, look at the time. I'm going in with the Doll Beauty Girl Code liner, and I'm going to take a little touch of Peaches gloss in Lady Bird to finish this off. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe you learned something new about a new brand, and let me know if you've got a favourite female founded brand. I'd love to hear about it. Also, just to mention, I'm hosting a free makeup class tomorrow night. It's with Space NK and It Cosmetics. It's all going to be on Zoom, but it's just quite nice because as we're going through all of the steps, if you've got a question, if you want me to close up on something, you can just ask and I can kind of tailor it to you a bit more than I can the videos. So if you want to join that, I'll put the link to join in the description of the video. And don't worry, it's only from 6 till 7, so you will be on the couch ready for Harry and Meghan if you're watching that tomorrow. But it's a nice little International Women's Day celebration, so it'd be lovely if you can come. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll chat to you soon.